Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Pre-Market News and Views by In the Money Stocks. Today is Wednesday, January 9th, 2013. Thanks for tuning in. Let's jump right into the usual chart we look at every day, the S&P 500 E-mini futures. You'll see that the futures are trading higher this morning by about 1.5 points at the moment, right to around the 1453.50 level, right in that vicinity. You'll see futures have pulled back off the morning highs. However, they are still positive to start out the day. So we'll see where this thing opens up once the opening bell rings in about an hour's time. But right now, the market is, or I should say the S&P E-mini futures are trading higher by about 1.5 at the moment. A couple of things to go over. One, the European markets are mixed today. You do have Italy and Spain both rallying higher. Italy is up about 1.3%. Spain is up about 0.8%. But the German DAX and the French CAC 40 are flat. So that could be talking to us a little bit there. Usually Germany will lead the way. Out of all the indexes in Europe, in the Eurozone, I should say, the German DAX is by far the most important. Their neighbors, the FTSE 100, which is England, the London market, that is up about 0.6% at the moment. So the FTSE is catching a little bit of a bid today, but remember, England can print their own money, so that makes it a little bit different. Now, last night in the Asian markets, you did have the Nikkei, the Hang Seng, both trading higher. Nothing great, nothing spectacular, both up around 0.5%. But the Shanghai index finished flat. Also, the Indian Sensex finished down about 0.4%. So traders want to be a little bit careful there. It's a little bit a mixed bag of tricks. I'll be looking at some Indian ADRs in a little while, and just to see what they look like going forward. But that looks like it was probably the softest index out there. Singapore actually finished higher by about 0.4%. So again, it looks like India was a little bit weak last night, but nothing terrible from my vantage point here. So we'll see how those Indian ADRs look a little bit in a little while. A couple of other things to go over quickly. You do have gold this morning trading up 1 point or $1 to $1,663 an ounce. The GLD at the moment is trading around $161. It caught a little bit of a bid yesterday. Today, really just trading up about 50 cents from yesterday's close, which was around 160.56. So today you're trading up a little bit on the GLD, which is catching a little bit of a bid. Again, I don't know if you're going to see a lot of upside there because the dollar looks to be holding up pretty well. Right now, the U.S. dollar index futures are trading up 21 cents, and you can see them here. Decent little move on the dollar, although it is pulling back in this bar. The dollar is positive today, so that sometimes will limit the action in gold to the upside. Strong dollar will definitely weigh on gold. Oil is up 3 cents. That's even with a stronger dollar. Not a big move. Really flat on oil here. 93.18 is the price for a barrel of light sweet crude this morning. Let's take a look at the USO, which is a good proxy for oil. And you'll see that's trading around $33.85 at the moment. Again, you can't make too much out of this. You just take it for what it's worth. One step at a time, one day at a time, and just see where it goes. Again, if the dollar is strong, don't expect oil to really make a move higher all that much. I think the upside in oil is limited here either way on the daily chart, but that doesn't mean oil can't move up, 50 cents to $1 in a trading session. It can do that. Let's take a look at some stocks in the news. I didn't see any real great gaps out here today, but we'll go with Seagate Technologies. This stock closed, I believe, at $31.39 yesterday. Today it's trading around 32.25, 32.20. Again, I think there's a lot of resistance here. You can see it got a spike up yesterday after the closing bell, but I think the upside is limited here. A lot of resistance at 33, a lot at 34. It's a strong gap up, so you want to respect it a little bit. But I just don't have a great level to try to fade this thing or short it, and the light volume has been somewhat of a little bit of a nuisance. But I'm thinking around $33 you'll hit resistance there, and you'll hit more resistance around the 34 level. You could see small pullbacks if it can get up there at those levels. Let's take a look at Alcoa, because that's kicked off the start of earnings season. I don't think there's any reason to own the stock. The stock may trade up to around $9.60. That would be its max as far as I'm concerned. I don't even think it gets there. I'm not sure if it will or not, but again, Alcoa is not the stock it used to be. So I don't think we should make too much out of it, but it does kick off earnings season, so I figured we'd take a quick glance at it. But again, a lot of resistance for Alcoa around $9.60, if it's even able to trade up there, which I'm not sure it will be able to do. So we'll have to watch that one. Here's another stock, Apollo Group. This stock is trading down today. It closed at $20.94. It's trading at 19 at the moment. It was a little bit lower. I don't have a great level for this, but at this stage of the game, the stock's so beaten down, I really wouldn't be looking to short it, nor would I look to buy it either. I'd just leave it alone and let it settle in and give us more information. But right now, it's such a weak stock. There's not a lot to do. If it got down to $15.40, I would be a buyer there. I think I would get interested there for a scalp bounce, but that's the only level, and that's much, much further down, $15.40. But that's a level I would get, somewhat interested in, depending on the pattern. Here's another stock I saw today, ArcelorMittal. This is a steel name, I believe. Again, trading down, closed at $17.53 last night, trading at $16.66. I like this one around $15.45, $15.50. So if this gets down to that level, I would be a buyer there. I like that level, $15.50. There could be a nice scalp bounce in the stock. It may even be more than a scalp bounce there, but it is a strong gap down. So again, allow this thing to get down to that level. But at $15.50, it looks pretty attractive for a scalp bounce from my vantage point. So we'll see how that one plays out. Other one I saw that was gapping today is this Constellation Brands. Again, this is a tough one. It's already overbought on the daily chart. It's been in a real loose, choppy base. It is also, I believe, a new all-time high for the stock as well. So I don't have a price level to short it, but I'd just let it settle in. I would not be a buyer up here on this one at all. Okay, so that's all I'm looking at right now as far as some gap movers. But with Alcoa reporting next week, we should have many, many more gaps. So even though it's a little bit slow in the morning gap sector today, just get ready, because next week earnings season will really kick off, and we'll have a lot more gaps. And I'm always looking forward to earnings season, especially when the gap plays become this slow every day. But again, hopefully we find a couple, and that's all you really want to do. You only need one or two of these things to make a living. So again, we'll see how this all plays out and shakes out going forward. Right now, the S&P futures are trading higher by about 1.5 points, 1.75. So we're not going to make too much out of that. But overall, we'll see where these markets trade out, and we'll look at the best chart patterns. With that said, everyone, I'd like to wish you all a great trading day, and we'll see you on the charts tomorrow. Take care, everyone.